Positive news tonight in the fight against opioids. 2 people have died this month from suspected overdoses in Knox County, bringing the total this year to 270. 293 people died in all of 2017. Well, the count suggests the number of deaths may be leveling off.
10 News reporter Mark Salinger reports experts say this could be a sign of some positive things to come. Mark?
Robin and John, one overdose death is one too many. Still, any positive trend is good news.
In a county of just over 460,000 people, 270 died this year from overdoses.
Any person we lose to an overdose impacts our community.
Still, the numbers are moving in the right direction. For the first time in more than 5 years, it looks as though the number of overdose deaths in Knox County may not go up from the year before.
We don't have a significant increase from the number of deaths that we had the year before.
From 2010 to 2015, the number of drug-related deaths doubled. In 2015, the number was 153. A year later, it was 224. By 2017, it was 293.
We're going to peak and maybe get a handle on this and start on a downward trend.
While there is still the better part of a month left before we move to a new year, the trend seems to be that the deaths are decreasing.
We know if they level off, then they'll start going down.
The number of babies born drug dependent is also decreasing. In 2017, there were just over 1,000 babies born with neonatal abstinence syndrome in Tennessee. That's down 12%.
If we can work on the root causes, then we're going to prevent all substance use disorders going forward.
In Knox County, chances are you've either been affected by addiction or know someone who has. Everyone is working to stop the next death.
It could be your parent, it could be your grandchild. This is an epidemic that doesn't pick or target any particular age group.
And the Metro Drug Coalition says there are still many obvious gaps and needs. Those include barriers to employment for those in recovery and a need for more caregivers to help those battling addiction. Robin and John.
Mark Salinger on the update. Thank you. If you or someone that you know is struggling with addiction, you can find resources online at WBIR.com. Just go to the menu at the top of the screen, click on the Features tab, and scroll down and choose OD Epidemic.
Firefighters plan to